All the windows are closed and the flag is moving on its own. There's only one explanation. I got a ghost in my apartment. Oh my god. Hi guys, I'm finally back from the dead, and it seems I made it out of the oral surgery alive, barely. Well, I can imagine what you all must be thinking now. Why is he making such a fuss about a wisdom tooth extraction? Everybody does it. But unfortunately in my case it really wasn't the routine procedure it usually is, because my tooth was strangely intergrown with my jawbone and the procedure took kind of long and the tooth broke like 3 or 4 times. And the worst part of the procedure was when the surgeon told me he's gonna stop now and I need the attention of a university clinic because he was very near to some sort of nerve strain in my jawbone, and this nerve when injured leaves me for the rest of my life with a numb mouth. Scary! But eventually I persuaded him to continue, and yeah, after about an hour or so it was done. But anyways, as promised, this is the first part of my Japanese cooking videos, and today I'm going to show you how to make okonomiyaki. And in some Western countries it is often translated as some sort of Japanese style pizza, and it does come in fact in the western parts of Japan, in the western regions. They serve it like some sort of pizza, the dough base and the ingredients layered on top. But pretty much in the rest of Japan, namely the eastern part, you get it all mixed together and then fried. And I'm going to stick with this type of preparation.
Enough talk!
Alright, just enjoying some booze for starters, and then I'm going to start. First, don't forget to wash your veggies. I'm going to cut up a red and a yellow pepper. They are pleasantly sweet. I don't like to use green peppers so much because they tend to make the meals a little bitter. Usually I would use some scallions for this recipe, but since the store I went to didn't have them, I'm going to cut up this red onion. To conclude the veggie part, I'm going to use about half of this Japanese cabbage. I don't know why this sort of cabbage is called Japanese cabbage, it's not actually from Japan. I just rinsed it with cold water and removed the outer leaves. And now I'm going to cut out the stem and then cut it into fine strips or stripes. But I think I might need another knife to do so. How about this one? Yeah, like the name itself, okonomiyaki implies, it means something like grill whatever you like. You can use more veggies, different kinds of veggies, different kinds of meat. You can add tofu or no meat at all. Whatever floats your boat, but these are kind of just the basic veggie ingredients. The cabbage is mandatory, I think. Also onions, whether they are sweet onions or the Japanese slimy onions or scallions, like I said, and peppers. You can also add mushrooms, like I said, whatever you like. Yep, cut the cabbage into kind of coarse pieces. You can also shred the cabbage, but I think it's better for it to be a little coarse, not too finely shredded. For the meaty part, I like to add some lightly smoked turkey breast meat, but this is optional. You can use any kind of meat you like, and it doesn't have to be cured or smoked either. Also, you don't have to add meat at all. They are all set. Also, it works really well with bacon, but it's even better if you fry the bacon first, so it tastes heavier and it's more savory. And yeah, use your imagination. For the dough I'm using about a pound total of this special Okonomiyaki flour, which is basically self-raising flour and starch flavored with seaweed and a little sugar and salt, and about a quarter liter of lukewarm water. In fact, I just added another quarter liter, so half a liter in total to the flour, and I'm still going to need some more, a little bit more. Once it reaches a texture like this, so fairly liquid but not too liquid, let the dough rest for about half an hour, and then start adding the ingredients: the onion, the peppers, and give it a good mix. The turkey breast, and in my case finally the cabbage. Now I don't know if I'm going to use all of the cabbage. You just have to go sort of by instinct. You don't want too much dough left, but obviously you need a fair amount of dough so everything holds together. So now it looks kind of like this, and I think that's about enough. So actually I only used like a quarter of the Japanese cabbage. Also, now's the time to use 1 or 2 eggs to add additional binding power. I'm going to use 2. And now's the time to heat up the frying pan. Oil the pan evenly, and don't forget to keep oiling the pan after each or every 2 okonomiyaki you make. And yeah, it may seem like a lot of dough. If you get too many okonomiyaki, it's better to make them all at once, and then you can microwave the ones you didn't eat right away, instead of not making them all at once and putting the dough back into the fridge, because after 1 day the dough will be kind of unpleasant. There will be water on top and more heavier stuff on the bottom, so yeah, it's best to make them all at once and refrigerate them later on and microwave them. Try to form like small pancake shaped patties like this one. When you're able to glide it around in the pan like that, it's time to flip it over for the first time. Gotta be quick about that. That's about the color we are going for. So a good brown color on each side. Now what's mandatory when making okonomiyaki is of course the okonomiyaki sauce. It's very hard to describe. It has a really distinctive taste. It's not like soy sauce at all. It's a thick, rich sauce which has a kind of a sweet but also savory taste to it. And also Japanese mayonnaise. Of course you could use American, or in my case Austrian mayonnaise, but it just wouldn't taste the same. It's important, if you want to make genuine tasting okonomiyaki, that you use these key ingredients. Okay, now it's all cooked through. I made sure by poking it and made sure that there is no liquid dough anymore. Now I'm going to plate it up. First I'm gonna add the okonomiyaki sauce on top. And don't go easy on the sauce, use plenty of the sauce, it's real good. Next, some dried seaweed. Furthermore, the mayonnaise. And the real treat is to top it off with some katsuobushi, which is dried and shaved bonito flakes. And the really cool thing about this is that the bonito flakes are so finely shaved that they start moving with the heat. Of course mine are kind of coarsely shaved, so if you use the real fine shaved version they move even more, but I think you can get some movement there. You see it? And now finally for some taste testing. Itadakimasu! This is some great okonomiyaki. Oh, and did I mention, okonomiyaki goes exceptionally wonderful with some beer. Kampai!